Alright, algebra kids, make sure you have taken your pink sheets out, your homework out, your switching, corrected by CB, your name, top or bottom. Here we go, let's make this happen. Alright, so there's the homework. Really quickly, I'll explain some of the problems as you work through. 101, pretty straightforward, just need the rules. If you have an equivalent value of 1.2, like 6 over 5, I'm good. 102, A through D, these are correct. D is correct. I'll explain on Friday if you don't understand why, but it is the correct answer. For 3, I'm just going to make this 1 point. I know it asks for multiple representations, but let's just say if you've got an equation and you've got an explanation, we're good. If you're missing one or the other, that's fine too. I'm not really concerned about the whole correctness of this answer just yet. But let me explain why this is happening. The boy is however many feet away, 100 feet away from the door, and he has to go halfway every minute. So every minute he goes halfway, so he goes 50 feet. Then he gets to go another 25 feet. Then he gets to go another 12.5 feet. And from 12.5 you divide by 2, 6.25 I think. And so he's continually going halfway. Well, how do you get to 0? Right? There's no halfway to 0. Right? 0 being the door. So in other words, he will continue to keep going halfway. If you kind of zoom in, let's say he's 1 foot away from the door, zoom into the picture and kind of spread everybody out, he will then go 6 inches closer to the door, then 3 inches closer, then 1.5 inches closer. So he will get close to the door, but he will never actually hit the door because he always has to go half the distance. Half the distance meaning he never goes the full distance to the door. So that's why they call Mr. C a mean guy. That was his name, right? That's 103. 104, here's the answers, and they're pretty straightforward. That's a -2. That's just a fraction bar. It looks kind of funny, so don't think too much about it. 105, you gotta just name what type of sequence we have. Neither is the required answer. If you put quadratic, great. And then another 2 points right here, 1, 2, for the generator. So in other words, what's happening? We're just decreasing by 3, we're multiplying by 0.5, or shrinking by multiplying a half. All right, so make sure that we've got those for 5 points total. 16 out of 16 is your perfect. There's the scale. Teacher, please pause the video so that students can catch up. And when they're done, we're going to move on to the classwork. There's still more I'm going to talk about really quickly, so please don't shut this off yet. Please pause right now. Alright kids, after you're done with your homework, grading your homework, go ahead and open to section 533 in your textbook. You don't need, well, you do need a graph, but it doesn't have to be an amazing graph. You're just going to graph right here on question 111, and it's not anything, spectacular. So you're only going to need one graph, so I wouldn't say you need graph paper. If you want graph paper, you know where to find it. Alright, so I'll give you a couple more seconds. If you want to pause the video right now, teacher, go ahead. Alright, so here we go. Section 533, you are doing question 111, 112, 113, and for extra credit, we're going to do 115. Okay, so 111, 112, 113. For extra credit, we're going to do 115. The extra credit you can finish tonight or today and show me tomorrow, and I'll give you credit. So if you finish up through 111, 112, 113, that's classwork. Make sure you get stamped today for that. The teacher will have a handout for them as to what the answers are, so they'll just double check and make sure you have it right. And then 115 will be the extra credit. And they can check as well if you finish in class. If not, I'll check tomorrow. But in any case, it's got to be complete. I'll just say 115 has to be complete. Okay. Other than that, that's the classwork today. I'll give you a couple tips. Number 1, just read. There's a lot of prompts. Prompts mean they just tell you what to do, or they ask you a question and tell you what to do. And you've done all the math already, so this is not anything new. If you look at the lesson title, it says comparing sequences to functions. Is a sequence different from a function? We kind of talked about this earlier in the week. So we're just revisiting it, making sure you understand. That's about it for me. You know what you need to do. Have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye. Good luck.